Hello, Sharon from Be Divine Vintage, and welcome to my channel and the flip through of my first Halloween journal. I've been inspired by Susie from Shabby Soul, and I've used lots of different Halloween Tim Holtz products and other Tim Holtz products, as you'll see as we go through, and hopefully you'll be as delighted as I am with the outcome. So the front page here, I've laid up different picture frames, and I have added this little wasp, I believe it is, these laminate letters, and I've made this little tuck spot, and in here, well, little pocket, we've got a little tag there. I've done lots of stitching, as you can see, round. Lots and lots of stitching in black, which I really enjoyed doing. And then those of you who watched my video recently, you saw where I got all the skeletons off Amazon with all the spare body parts. So I've put one of the spare body parts on the front there. So let's turn over and look at the next two pages. So this is an accordion book journal, as you'll see as we're going along, and it's one of the Tim Holtz, comes in the Tim Holtz packs. So it's the file cards. There's file cards 1 and file cards 2, and it started its life looking like this, and I've used the pieces that come within the packs. So I did buy file cards 1 and file cards 2 when I went to America earlier this year, because at that time we couldn't get hold of them in the UK. So let's have a look here. So this first page here, we've got a tag which comes out, and underneath there I've put some of my own ephemera, and this is part of a Tim Holtz. It was part of this poison label, and this is the Halloween backdrops. Now these are from 2024. I've searched for the 2025, but I just don't know where it is in the UK. I can't seem to get any. This is part of a chain link bracelet, which I have rusted and added to the top there. A little sticker on the back, and I've covered this in brown paper and distressed it, and that just sits very, very nicely in there. And I do like the way that these things just pop out over the top of the book to add more depth and dimension. So the next page here has got more of the Tim Holtz 31, and I've used some of the Tim Holtz 31, the Tim Holtz and the 31 here. I've used some of the rub-ons there to give add more to it, and it says grave dirt, which I quite like that, grave dirt. We've got here a little postcard. Now this, I don't think this is from the Halloween pack, I'm not sure, but it's still, I still thought it looked, whoops, really nice within the journal. Now then we'll turn over again. Now you can see here one of the moth wings of the transparencies. That is an idea from Shabby Soul, and I thought it did look really, really good. So when I get round to that page, I'll be able to show you where that fits in. That is the back of the opposite side of this. Now here, I love this page. So out of here, just take those out. You'll see we've got this poison and some ephemera there, old vintage ephemera. Now that is actually the back. Poison is the back of the opposite side of the book. This is a pocket here. It's a money wallet pocket, and it says found objects. And this is the pocket, well, it's not a money wallet pocket, actually it's a pocket with a circle cut out there. So that's where I put the eye in the circle. And can you see I've put this spider, like a tear from the eye. We've got two people just sat on the front there. There's a little sticker from my own stock that I've just, oops, popped on the front. I'm so pleased with this book. So pleased. So here we've got this playing card that my friend Sabine from Germany, she had a visit to the United States and sent me this New Orleans playing card. So that is a 5 of spades, so that's in there. We've got one of the Tim Holtz Here and Woods Physician and Surgeon, which again I've backed onto, keep going off this way, don't I? This I've backed onto, back with brown paper and stitched around. And then again from the Tim Holtz is the White's The Druggist, Keep Me in Your Mind's Eye. So I used my crocodile and punched holes, and then I've put these little grommets in. This is some Hug Snug that I had. I thought I heard my voice being called then. This is some Hug Snug. It was yellow. I dyed it gold, but it ended up with this sort of purple tinge to it as well. So that is in there. Oh, and so this chain, this ball chain, is from Tim Holtz as well. So let's just pop that back in there. So I've had the card facing outwards because I like the fact that it says, you can just sort of see the New Orleans there, but I've left the this little, it's like chipboard card there poking out. So the next page here, we've got again the little tiny paper clip of Tim Holtz, and this is what my good friend Francis sent me, and this is from Francis as well. And here I've just done a little collage with the number 13. This is one of those rubs. It's the crow, which sort of mirrors that crow on there, and this little vintage style, could be vintage, probably is vintage. That's from Fran, one of the gold, it's a gold pumpkin head man, gold foil, that's the word I'm looking for. Let's just pin that back on there. I'm really pleased with this book. Oh, that was good. So I put it on without putting it on. How do you do that? How do you put it on without putting it on? Right. So let's turn over to the other side. So here we've got just a collage. These men, these two men and this man here are all suspects of the Jack the Ripper case. Are you familiar with that from London? I've got some of my own stock here from a Beetle game. This is the cut off that was just in my box of scraps, as was this. We've got on this page here, this is the one with the poison, you know, hanging on the back of it. Because this card was too big for the page, but it was far too nice to cut. And what I've done here is I've used the Tim Holtz, but I've wrapped wire around. So these are from the Tim Holtz Halloween. I've wrapped wire around, and then these, for skill and amusement only, just slide in under there. I saw this on eBay, not eBay, Instagram. I just can't quite remember who had done it, but I thought, what a great idea. I've seen it a few times actually. What a great idea. So I've just sorted that in there. There's this card. Now everything is sort of blacks and creams, but I just thought this was good fun, this owl. So Tim Holtz again from the Halloween collections. That just slips in there. Poison. That obviously slips very easily. And then this, I think this was from Fran, Happy Haunting. I just thought that went lovely. And I've got the little poison symbol, which is actually off the end of this. poison. So the next page is the one with the moth. So you can see this is the moth, aren't they lovely? I just slotted the moth in there. And on here, this is some of my paper from my stock. It's 1930s order, from a 1930s order book. There's a little cat die there again, that was from Fran. I've put a rub on there, orders attended to day or night, and this is from my own stock as well. See, I've stitched round. So let's take these out. You can see it's got a really pretty rub on there, and those are the Tim Holtz rub-ons. So in here we've got the card with the witches. Fran, I think this was from you again. So beautiful, so lovely. I've copied everything, Fran, because I am going to put this into my Etsy shop. I'll put a link below. Sadly, I'm not exporting to the United States at the moment. Now here, I made this little tiny file folder quite a while ago. I made a few of them and never used them. I put this picture on. This was from my own stock. And then here, I've made a little tiny letter. Just undo it from, I think this is Tim Holtz again, this paper. I put some of the rub-ons there, and you can see a little tiny spider, and that just is fastened like 18th century letter, where it just tucks in at the top and then unfolds for you to write on both sides. I really do like how that turned out. I think it's really, really rather cute. And that just goes into there like that. I was going to put a wax seal on, but then I didn't think it would slot very well into this file folder. So I've put that in there, and then just put the little tiny paper clip on there as well. My son's just called me for my Sunday dinner. A lovely chicken roast dinner, which I adore. They're even nicer like this time of the year, aren't they, when you're getting into this season of mist and mellow fruitfulness. So there it is. Let's put this back in. So I want this bit facing forward, so I'll put it the wrong way around there and fold up the book, and there it is. And yeah, there's my little book. I'll probably tie it round with a little piece of sari silk. And I hope you like this as much as I enjoyed making it. So thank you for watching. Please comment, please like, and please subscribe. You'll really help my channel. I'm nearly up to that 1,000 subscribers, so I'd love to get there, and I'd love you to help me to do that. Thank you so much for watching.